So, creationists, they're an interesting bunch, aren't they?
Evolution. I believe. I have faith in evolution.
I'm just going to ask you a question. Do you believe that you came from goo, then to the zoo, then to you?
In other words, the person who stands up in a university and says, "Look at me, I have a PhD, and by the way, you're a glorified ape, and whales evolved from raccoons."
Whether it's claiming that evolution is the creation story of atheism, or that fossilization isn't happening anymore, they seem to never run out of material to entertain us with.
What about the Nazi belt buckle that said, "God is for us, Brock"? Not to let facts get in the way of a good atheist yarn, mind you. But these belt buckles were never engraved by the Nazis. Nope, sorry. They were literally found in mothballs from the old days of the Kaiser. At the end of the war, the German war machine was so crippled and underfinanced that they were forced to use uniforms and belt buckles from a time long past.
Like, wow, I didn't know that at all. And you know, it really was a stroke of luck that these belt buckles came with the swastika already on them. This inability to double-check the facts seemed to be something universal when it comes to creationists. A good example of this is when the Atheist Antidote, aka Brock Lawley, made a video going on about the Ida fossil. Really? That's the title you chose for your video? Out of all the titles you could have chosen, that's the one? Really? In this video, he makes a pretty big mistake early on in it.
Remember a few months back, Ida, the fossil that was propped up with a lot more money than scientific fact? Well, turns out it's a little closer to Garfield than the evolutionists would care to admit. Turns out we were looking at a feline, some version of a Flintstone pussycat.
So let's check out the articles he linked to, shall we? The first link, when it worked, took you to this article, Missing Link, Primate Fossil Debunked. In the article we see something very alarming, for it seems that Ida isn't a cat at all, but a fossil of a 47 million year old cat-sized creature. Later in the article it also pointed out that Ida falls into the other major grouping of primates, which includes lemurs. Now, I don't know about Brock, but from where I come from, cats are not primates, and Garfield is no lemur. Just saying. What's even worse is in the second article, the title alone debunks Brock's claims.
Turns out we were looking at a feline, some version of a Flintstone pussycat.
So it's very telling that Brock didn't double-check these articles before making his video at all. This seriously reminds me of that one time Ray Comfort went on and on about how the banana is the atheist's nightmare.
Behold, the atheist's nightmare.
Of course he didn't realize the banana was intelligently designed by humans. See, wild bananas, unlike the bananas we're used to, are not only smaller, but they're also filled with seeds. So yeah, as you can imagine, this is a pretty big reason why I can't take creationists seriously. I mean, you know you're in trouble when Google can debunk almost all of your bullshit.
The bottom line, as Thunderfoot said, if we want to be intellectually honest, I am going to always go back to the circular argument that God reveals. How do I know? God reveals. How do I know? God reveals.
So yeah, just wanted to say thanks for watching the video, and if by chance you want to check out some of my other videos, well, here's some for you to check out. But you don't have to if you don't want to.